Today I want to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of owning a business.
Right now it's about 88 degrees and I'm sweating, man. And then look at myself, sweating. I mean, look at this, sweating. Woo, man, crazy. This is something that doesn't happen in Denver. As a matter of fact, very, very seldom do I sweat in Denver. So yeah, I don't miss this at all. The heat here is intense.
Hi, Mr. Daddy.
Pack in November 3620 whiskey. If you guys want to help, come join us.
Flagler County, town formation, Papa, time 0950 Zulu, wind 2205, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 22, dew point 21, altimeter 29990, expect a visual approach runway 29, east caution bird activity, all cars on Flagler Airport, runway 624 is closed, taxiway Golf closed east of taxiway Echo, taxiway Alpha closed east of the corporate ramp, self-service, fuel out of service, advise owners contact you, have information, Papa.
All right, welcome guys. We're getting ready to head over to Augusta, Georgia. We're going to get our clearance.
Good morning, Flagler clearance, Saratoga 3620 whiskey, looking to pick up IFR to Alpha Golf Sierra with Papa.
Ben Saratoga 3620 whiskey, Flagler ground, good morning. You're cleared to the Alpha Golf Sierra Airport as filed. On departure, climb maintain 1,500. Expect 5,000, 10 minutes after departure. Daytona approach control departure frequency is 125.8, squawk at 2637.
Saratoga 3620 whiskey is cleared to Alpha Golf Sierra as filed. On departure, climb and maintain 1,500. Expect 5,000, 10 minutes after. Frequency for departure is 125.8 and squawk 2657 3620 whiskey.
Number 20 whiskey, that's a 2637 on the squawk. Rest of readback is correct. Advise ready taxi.
2637 on the squawk, and we'll advise 20 whiskey.
Can't read my own handwriting. Wow. We're on track for Augusta, Georgia. We got everything set up for cruise.
November 7, Sierra Kilo.
And here's the beach. We're pretty much flying right along the beach. Today I want to talk a little bit about the pros and cons of owning a business. So I've been a business owner now for over 10 years.
1973, I'm 2 for 3,000.
As a matter of fact, I started owning businesses since I was young. I was probably maybe 19 or 20 when I had my first business, which was a recording studio in Jacksonville, Florida. I talked about that in probably my first videos. And it's been always a learning experience. Okay, so there's Jacksonville up in the distance. This was my hometown. This is where I grew up, Jacksonville, Florida. I left and moved to Dallas in 2004, and then I moved to Denver. As you can see, the beaches are on our right-hand side of the wing. This here is Jacksonville beaches. I used to come up here quite a bit. Okay, so what are the pros and cons again of owning your own business? Well, first of all, you have more opportunity to make money. When you have a job, if you're getting paid, let's say $20, $25, $30 an hour, whatever it is, whatever your salary is, then it's pretty much a fixed income. Sometimes you will have bonuses, etc. But for the most part, it is a fixed income, and what you see is what you get, pretty much. The other thing is you can be your own boss, because a lot of the reasoning behind us working all the time, sometimes we want to do something, but we're afraid. And it's all about taking risk and also having knowledge.
Tango, clear, be direct, Foxham.
So if you have some good knowledge about how to manage your finances, which that's probably the key, is managing your finances.
ILS again,
if you can learn how to manage finances, you're already ahead of the game. Because you have to learn how to manage your expenses versus the income that's coming in. And as I'm talking, this is going to be not too long of a flight, so I know I'm talking, but I'm looking around. Even though I'm filing IFR, I'm still very attentive. I'm looking outside, looking inside, doing all kinds of stuff. Because I've got the airplane here on autopilot, but I always have to check to make sure that the airplane is doing what it's supposed to be doing. The other thing that I notice, I know that a lot of people, they feel that it's risky owning your own business. But let me tell you something.
What's your cruise at altitude going to be at 6,000?
I can't fire myself. So owning your own business, you don't have to worry about being fired.
Yeah,
you just have to worry about making sure that you do an efficient job. But no one is there to fire you. So as far as that, that's another thing I really love about having my own business. The other thing I love about having a business is that you can put your ideas to work. It's not like if you work for someone else and you have ideas and you never see them in action. Well, you know, when you have a business, that's what it's all about, is putting your ideas in action. I do like to see how those ideas go to work for me. Some ideas are good, some ideas are not good. So it all really depends. But when you have a good idea and it works out, man, it is a beautiful thing, I tell you. The other thing I love about having a business is you basically control every aspect of the business. But then I also handle the other side of the business, which is the marketing, which is the printing side of the business. And then, of course, now I have Flying Dirty.
20 Whiskey, contact Jack Center on 126.75.
126.75, 3620 Whiskey. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jacksonville Center. Saratoga 3620 Whiskey, 5000.
Number 3620 Whiskey, Jack Center, the altimeter Brunswick, 2984.
2984, 3620 Whiskey. There you go. So as you can see, even though I'm talking, I'm very alert, very attentive, and when they call me out, I have to respond and go from there, you know, take care of business. But when you learn how to fly, for those of you who are not used to flying or you don't fly, when you see me talking, trust me, pilots, they learn how to multitask. You can do so many things at the same time, and that's what I'm doing, is basically talking and giving you guys information, but at the same time, I am actually very attentive and aware about what's going on at all times. And if I have to stop, believe me, editing is the key. There's a lot of things and a lot of times that I have to stop and look for traffic or do whatever, but you don't see that because I edit this video. So what you see is a smooth talking Raul. Like I'm always talking and I never pause. Trust me, that's not the case. I pause a lot, but when it comes to the editing, I make the videos as smooth as possible, and I take away all the gibberish. So you don't need to see all the pausing and stuff like that, because I want to get my points across, and I don't want to make these videos too long and boring. So that's why I cut everything else, and you guys don't really see what goes on behind the scenes. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So the other thing I like about having a business is experience. I've had a lot of experience. Like I said, I've started, the first business I started when I was fairly young. I was about maybe 18, 19, and I started with recording businesses. I started making music as a producer. And then I ended up having a very nice recording studio in Jacksonville, Florida. So it's been a great experience. And you know, it takes a lot of work, but it's been very rewarding. Being that I have other businesses such as printing and all that, then I like to go out and venture out and check out other shops. The other cool thing about having a business is I love interacting with people. I'm a people's person, so that's one of the things about having a restaurant. You get to meet a lot of great individuals. Just like being a pilot, you get to meet a lot of great individuals, but you get to learn a lot of experience owning your own business. You're pretty much behind the controls, steering your direction, steering your life. The other thing is you get more self-belief. You have more courage. You also develop more confidence, and that's one thing I really notice about business. I started developing more confidence when I got my bachelor's degree, doing a lot of presentations and things of that nature. I took business marketing, business management, and also I graduated with a science degree in business. So business has always been like something I truly enjoyed. I just love doing business. But one of the things is confidence. You'll gain a lot of confidence. You'll gain a lot of self-value and self-belief. And then you also give back to the community, because every time you hire and every time you purchase products, you're giving back into the economy and your community, and that's a beautiful thing whenever you can help the community. So it's all a give and take. You know, if people come in, they spend money, and then I spend money, and then everyone else spend money, and you know, it's a cycle, it's a chain, and that's what keeps the economy moving. It's the cycle of spending. So that's the other advantage about having a business is your taxes. Okay, speaking of the cycle of spending, so the more you spend, okay, the more you can expense on your taxes. That is if it's a business expense, that is, right? This is why you get to deduct your expenses, is because, again, you're keeping that economy rolling. So let's just say, for example, if you have a business and all you do is get money, but you don't expense money, then you're going to get taxed a high percentage because you're not expensing, you're not deducting. But when you deduct money, it's a great thing because that's what keeps that economy driving, okay? So that's another great thing is your taxes. You can actually have, you can actually manage and control your taxes more so than, you know, if you work for someone else. When you work for someone else, they cut your taxes right off the top, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. So you pay your taxes first, and then they pay you. That's how it works. With a business, you're in control. You're in charge of your money. So whenever you get your money, then you better be disciplined enough to save aside for those taxes that you have to pay, such as sales taxes and what have you. So reasons why businesses fail, and that's because they can't pay their expenses, such as their rent, payroll, and taxes. Those are the three reasons businesses fail for the most part. So if you can keep those in check, you should be all right. The other beautiful thing about owning your own business is that you get to work in a field of your own interest. And I love business, so because of that, that's what motivates me and that's what drives me, is the fact that I'm conducting business. So I try to learn a little bit of everything, and then I try to make a little bit of money out of it. Like here I am, I never knew that I would ever get into embroidery business, and here I am doing embroidery. For example, this hat I've already embroidered, but here's another one that I did as a practice. This was my first hat that I did practicing, and this one came out really good. So so here I am embroidering because I am about to sell embroidery hats, flying dirty hats and things like that on the website as well. A lot of you have been asking me for black hats, and I haven't had them yet because I was waiting on the embroidery machine. Let me know in the comments if I should make custom orders for you guys, and I'll start doing that to help you guys out. So again, it's one of those things is that you get to do what you like, and that's why a lot of people don't like going to work, because it's not their passion. So whenever you own your own business, you get a chance to do your own passion, which is a beautiful thing as well. The other thing about owning a business is I feel that owning your own business, you have more control of your retirement. So you can save up for your retirement easier if you're disciplined with your finances, that is. But you can definitely save up for your retirement, and you're in control, and you can build a nice portfolio having your own business. So so that's another advantage. But again, you have to be disciplined, and you have to be really good with money, okay? That's one of the things I had to learn how to do, is how to manage money. The other thing I like about having a business is that you establish your roots in your community. So right now, I'm like I'm a staple in my community. People come to my restaurant, and I know, and I have met a lot of people as a result of my restaurant, and I love serving the public. So I just appreciate everyone giving me a lot of support, giving me a lot of love, and I share and I show that love right back to you. I appreciate every single customer. You know, I tell my employees that I don't pay your checks. It's the customers that pay your checks. So customers pay me, and then, you know, as a result, you get paid as well. So you customers out there, you're the reason that we do everything we do. So the customers are a great value and a great asset to any business. So always treat your customers right. All right, some of the cons. I'll start with a con that I think is both a pro and a con, and that's learning. Because you may have to learn a lot of stuff. You may have to learn taxes. You may have to learn marketing. You You may have to learn, if you don't have people skills, you'll have to learn that for sure. You'll have to learn how to manage your employees. You'll have to learn how to manage your finances. You'll have to learn how to manage your expenses. Oh my goodness, the list goes on and on. So you get to learn a lot. Now for me, that's a plus. I don't consider that a con because I love learning. But I have also talked to many other people that, for example, I tell them, why do you pay someone $4,000 or $5,000 to do your taxes when you can learn how to do that stuff yourself? And so that's one of those things that I try to tell people is that this is great. You know, I was just watching the airplane and making sure that it was going to make the turn. It's going according to our flight plan. I love this equipment that I put in here. I talked about it in one of my other videos as far as the process that I went through to get this nice panel done. And now my son is up, so you know what? I'm going to give him the camera in case he wants to keep himself busy and record. So I'm not sure if Javier remembers much. He was probably a little kid when I left ADT.
No, I don't.
If he's 14 now, he was about 4 years old when I left ADT, so I don't think you remember much, right?
No.
But let me ask you, as far as owning a business, would you prefer daddy and mommy to own a business, or would you prefer mommy and daddy to work for somebody else?
Have a business.
Have a business. You see, even your children grow up to learn the essentials and the fundamentals of owning a business. I will tell you something. I'm not going to say never. Never say never, but I would not want to go back and work for someone else. I mean, if I had to, then I guess I have to, but I prefer not to. And there's no reason to. You know what? There's no reason to be afraid because I'll tell you what. The reality of this is that when I left, a lot of things just started happening. When I put all my focus, think about all the energy and focus that you put working for someone else. If you put that energy and focus to the things you want to do,
1516 Jack Center,
I'm pretty sure you'll be successful. I'm pretty sure that your passion will grow and you'll know in which direction you need to go. Surely you'll trip and you'll make mistakes down the line. But mistakes is part of everything. You make mistakes at work too. So, you know, sometimes the problem is that when you make a mistake at your job, you can get fired for your mistakes. Working for yourself, you don't really fire yourself, right? Now, like I was saying, learning, right? It could be a con for some people because you have to learn a lot of things. And some people just don't like learning. But I love learning. So for me, that's a pro. For other people, that might be a con.
3620 Whiskey. VFR traffic's going to be at your 11 at 12 o'clock, 5 miles southbound. Altitude indicates 5,600, type unknown, unverified.
20 Whiskey will be looking for traffic.
For me, learning is a pro and a con because the con for me is that like it could take like a lot of time, but afterwards it could pay off.
Let's look for this traffic right now. I got him here on ADSB. He is
just let me know what fix you want to go
at our 11 o'clock. It is a little hazy, so it'll be hard to see. He's about, so I'm at 5,000. So he's at 5,500. So he's about 500 feet above us, which should be no factor. He's well above us, but nevertheless, we just have to keep an eye on him. According to the ADSB, he's moving away from us, so we should be in the clear. But I'll continue talking whenever I see that he's past us. All right, he is next to our wing right now. And 20 Whiskey has the traffic in sight, no factor.
20 Whiskey, appreciate it.
There you go. So there you go. He passed right off our left tip. No factor. So that's what I mean. I could talk and do a lot of things at the same time, but when it's time to stop, to focus on something, then you do that too, and you pretty much focus on whatever it is. Like traffic is very important, you focus on traffic. The other thing about that could be a con, again for me, it's not a con. Whenever I love doing something, and I'm pretty sure for you as well, when you get to appreciate and love and you have a passion for something, you'll do it all day long. Doesn't matter how many hours you put into it. But that's the beautiful thing about having your own business and doing your own passion is that you get to do what you love. So therefore, when you put hours into it, you don't mind it. And I think that a lot of times that's why people put a lot of hours into their business is because they're doing something that they really, really love doing. And we have to switch our fuel tanks.
timer expired.
There we go. We'll recount the timer. So I like to burn my fuel evenly. So as you can see, 13 and 14. So everything's at pretty much at 14 gallons.
125.3. We'll talk to you later.
But I burn everything evenly. So there you go. So you may have to put a lot of time into whatever it is you're doing. For me, I don't mind it because I like to stay occupied anyway, and I enjoy what I do. And if I have to put whatever I need to put down to do something, then I'll do.
3620 Whiskey, contact Savannah approach 125.3. Have a good day.
125.3. Have a great one. 3620 Whiskey. Good morning, Savannah approach Saratoga 3620 Whiskey 5000. 2981 3620 Whiskey. So again, you get to do what you love. That's what I love about having my own business. Okay, so there it is. So trust me, you have to put a lot of time. If you want your business to be successful, especially in the very beginning, then you have to put a lot of time into it. There's options. That's the other great thing about having a business is you have multiple options. There's plenty of ways to skin a cat, like they say, right? So the other thing is that you'll have little petty things that will come about that you don't really enjoy doing, that it's a part of responsibility and it's a part of doing business. Like paying your taxes.
Archer, good morning,
you know, who likes to do that? So, but you have to do that. Every month I have to pay taxes, and that's just a part of doing business. I mean, I have to do it. I don't have a choice. You know, I don't mind doing it, though. I'm used to it, and I have a routine. But initially, that could be a little challenging, okay? And the other thing is inconsistency. Even though we talked about the pros, about the potential of making more money having your own business, well, there's also inconsistency, okay? For example, when we had this pandemic and we had shutdown orders, you can't control that. And when we had those shutdown orders, well, that affected our income. A lot of people struggled during those times, and I'm glad that we overcame that situation. You may have to undertake a lot of tasks that you don't like, and that could be unpleasant for some people. But you know what? I take the good with the bad. It's just like, again, just like having a job. When you work for somebody, it's the same thing. There's good things and there's bad things. There's things you may like, things you may not like. Okay, so at least having your own business, you may have control of the things you don't like because you just may pass it along to someone else. But initially, you have to learn. I mean, I had to learn a lot of stuff, and I'm very grateful that I learned.
To Tubus this morning?
We are thinking about opening another YouTube channel for printing, and we are also thinking about opening a YouTube channel for finances so that I can show you and guide you guys about business and stuff like that. But let me know if you're interested in seeing a little more of that on this flying channel, and I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and film a little bit of that. All right, anything else you have to say, son?
Bye guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll all appreciate that.
Have a great day.
Thank you guys, and we're gonna get ready for our landing. If you're interested, if you're interested in seeing content like